Hi, my name is Ross Hardesty, and I am one of the founders of Weekend for Warriors. We are an organization that has basically two primary functions. We're trying to raise both awareness and resources for our local veterans organizations, and then also we are trying to honor and celebrate the service of our local hometown heroes. They are our co-workers, our friends, our neighbors, and their stories need to be heard, and we really appreciate their service. I am extremely proud of the work that we've been able to accomplish over the years. Not only have we been able to raise tens of thousands of dollars that go to local veteran services, but we've also been able to provide our honorees with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Unfortunately, PTSD and mental health issues in the veteran community remains a major issue, and veteran suicide rates nationally continue to trend in the wrong direction. This is why this work is so important. Fortunately, we have this amazing vet-to-vet program in Dutchess that works tirelessly to combat these problems, and they are making profound changes and have had outstanding results. I've seen firsthand how vet-to-vet and Weekend for Warriors have impacted the lives of even my own personal friends and loved ones. It's impossible to imagine how many other lives they've helped. I'm so honored to be part of this organization, and I deeply appreciate the outpouring of support that we've gotten from our community partners and sponsors each year.
Just after high school. I graduated in July, and that November, I went into the service. That's back when they had the draft.
Shortly after I finished high school, I got drafted and went to Vietnam.
You know, it's kind of funny because I have no family members or didn't know really about the military. And when I had thought about what I'm going to do in my life, I found something in a magazine about the Marine Corps, sent it in. The next thing I know, I'm talking to a recruiter. Sounded good to me, gave me a challenge. Looked like it was going to give me a challenge, and then next thing I know, I'm signing up.
I joined the Marine Corps, and I went into Paris Island Recruit Depot 1 week after high school graduation. That was in 1970.
Once we got to Fort Jackson, we boarded a bus, and they took us into the reception center where we had sergeants screaming in our face, yelling at us, lining us up to get haircuts where we all got buzz cuts, and it was just hurry up and wait on everything you did, and everything you did was wrong. You were constantly being yelled at and humiliated.
It was like sending cattle into a pen to be sold. You went in there, you got your shots. It was just, they had the gun. They just walked down a line and they just shot you, left hand, right hand, boom, boom, boom. You had no choice. They handed you a bunch of clothes. They looked at you and said, this is your size. And that's what you got.
The bus took us into Paris Island, and get the yelling and screaming by the drill instructor who came on board. Get out of the yellow footprints. Too slow, get back on the bus, get back out. Played that game a couple of times. Got a yellow footprints, looked straight ahead. I mean, they had total control over us at that time. It was, you had no clue as to what was going on around you. You were told and directed what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
The first day, because every Marine I've talked to that went to Paris Island, they always go in darkness. And the issue was, and that's the psychological thing they do with you, and you don't see anything. It's one causeway that goes over across swampy area, and what you see from the lights of the bus is Spanish moss hanging down from the trees, and it's like those old Frankenstein or mummy movies. All we knew that was going into the Middle East. We didn't go directly. We flew into Saudi Arabia, and then from there they took us to an island called Bahrain, and we flew our missions out of Bahrain into Iraq from there. So I wasn't on the front line, but we was in a combat zone, and that's where things was happening there.
they weren't telling us where we were going until the wheels were up on the C-141s. And they told us you're going to Nam Phang, Thailand. Where the hell is that? It's supposed to have been a 2-week deployment. It turned out to be for my full term of 12 months.
Once we got into these LSTs beached us, we walked to a runway and boarded a C-123 that flew us to on our home base, which was Cu Chi, Vietnam. It was about, I'm going to say, 40 miles or so from Saigon.
I can remember getting off, making sure we had steel pots. You had no ammo in your weapon. And as we were running to the bunkers, other people were running with their hands on their helmet saying, stay down, stay down. There was mortars coming in and stuff like that. So you were there. I would say if you didn't go to the bathroom prior to getting there, you went to the bathroom running.
I didn't really personally know the air crews. They'd pass by, my hooch, and we'd wave, and because they were officers, I'm enlisted. We'd exchange the niceties of the day, and not knowing that these guys are going out the next mission, not coming back. So that was a little tough to bear.
It's not the same as, like I said, some of the ground units in that aspect, but it was just not knowing exactly how this was going to end. You never know. So that, I think, was the worst part of it, is that you had no control over what was happening.
Well, the major challenges were, I was a squad leader and then a platoon leader. You have an obligation, and your squad is your family. Nobody gets wounded, nobody gets killed, everybody comes back home alive with all their limbs.
You go in a situation like that, it's about watching the six of your fellow Marine. And no matter who he is, where he's from, what color is his skin, y'all Marines.
Right around the end of this January 1968 was the Tet Offensive. This is when the North Vietnamese Army and the Viet Cong decided they were going to fight us outright without terrorism, and all hell broke loose. A lot of people were killed. Roughly 40,000 Vietnamese were killed, and approximately 10,000 American troops were killed.
The POWs were repatriated, and they were on C-141s and came into my base. It's great. It's great. They came in. They came in. Got off the C-141s, being repatriated, and they didn't want to get back on the C-141s because then you look up, there's an American flag, Marine Corps flag. They're safe.
When I got to the gate to go in like that, you actually had people spitting at me. The feeling was like that low off the ground, and that was because you couldn't get down any lower. You'll never forgive and forget that feeling.
It was hard. 21 years of being a Marine and coming out into the civilian world, the attitudes are different.
So you got, Grand Central Station, people were like, full uniform. And they're looking at me, sitting mumbling stuff, and I ignored it. I just kind of tuned it all out. I didn't want any hassles. Just leave me alone. I just want to get home. Just leave me alone.
We're so excited. And so exotic for knowing we're home. It wasn't easy.
Today, People are now understanding what people in our era went through.
I went to school under the GI Bill, and the civilians that were in my class, they felt I was not entitled, but they had no idea the anguish and the experiences in life that I had experienced at that point.
I am so honored to be part of this organization, and I really appreciate and am humbled by the outpouring of support that we've gotten from our community partners, our sponsors, and other organizations that have helped us so much along the way. Each year, it seems like the support keeps continuing to grow, and I'm looking forward to many, many years to come.
we there yet?
Hey, wasn't that a good ride?
I'm scared the shit out of height.
Yeah, if you're scared of heights,
Oh.
just look on the horizon.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't look over the edge. Hold on, buddy.
Yeah, hold on tight.
Yep.
Okay, happy
I
trails.
definitely want. I still want to get your face.
This is a good height. This is a good height right here.
Yeah, that way.
Come on out.
Boy, you look small.
Yeah.